And what in heaven's name brought you to Casablanca?
My health. I came to Casablanca for the waters.
The waters? What waters? We're in the desert.
I was misinformed.
He taught me, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer.
The ability to speak does not make you intelligent.
You're tearing me apart!
What?
You say one thing, he says another, and everybody changes back again!
It's the Al Travis Show, and we like having her on the program. She is Katie. It's Life with Katie. And I'm a little shocked. We've been doing this a long time, Katie, and if this program didn't survive on old stereotypes, we'd have nothing. and yet I make a comment about your hair, and you seem shocked. I'm going to be honest. I'm married to a school teacher. Mm-hmm. You go to any parent-teacher conference, half of the women folk, and now even today, some of the men folk, will have their hair in a bun. And it's this, I spent 8 hours with your kid today. I'm tired. Now I got to meet with you to talk about your little child today. I'm just putting it up in a bun, and we're going to talk. It's like, that's a teacher hairstyle. It's not a rip. I married one. And yet you took it like, what? And you, like I was ripping you somehow.
Okay, so what you just described, it's morning. So you're telling me I'm already tired and I have to deal with talking with you. So I put my hair up.
How far off am I really, Katie? How far off am I?
I think you're pretty spot on.
Yeah, thank you. I hit one out of the park.
I think you nailed it right out of the gate.
Not all stereotypes are wrong. Okay, can we at least I live on stereotypes. That was one that's true. I mean, like I'd say that on the radio. It plays here in my hometown and all my wife's friends. I would never be mean about it. I'm just saying you can put a pencil in that thing back there.
Yeah.
And you're going to parent-teacher conferences. It's boom.
Some chopsticks in case I get hungry later. I don't know.
Can I offend some of the bun people?
Oh, sure.
I like a bun. It doesn't bother me in the least, except the one, do you know the one where the girls will put the two of them up on the top of their head and they look like, I don't know, like spikes or little bunny ears? I don't get that one. That makes no sense. It doesn't work, my opinion.
Well, and this kind of really isn't a bun. It's a ponytail that's got a hair clip.
Oh, look at that clip. That's a man's clip right there. That could close an entire big box of Doritos and keep them from getting stale. That's huge.
You know what? Next time I'm always looking for those little kind of clips. You just made a good point. I'm going to run upstairs and I'm going to grab my hair clip. You can do double duty.
There are some compliment ones of those. We're talking about the things that'll seal a bag of chips. My wife got some I couldn't figure out. You need a science engineer to get the thing. And I don't want that much. I'm just going to roll the bag up and put it upside down so it stays. I can't handle those clips.
I bet I know which ones you've got. I've got the same ones we got at the State Fair at the grandstand years ago. And you flip the thing over and then you slide it on.
Yeah,
it's hard, but it's super hard to do until you figure it out. Are those
the
ones? I've got
those are the ones. Absolutely. It's almost like its own Ziploc baggy thing you got to invent. I'm like, It's just chips, man. Why don't I just finish the bag so I don't have to put it on? That's the kind of thing that happens on this.
Because here's a scoop. You need to just finish the bag because chips are $6 a bag now. So you can't afford to let them go stale. It's not like it's less, who cares? Or a buck, who cares?
Yeah.
Now you got to either eat them or figure out how to use that clip or throw them away, whatever.
I don't know if I've told you this, but we have gotten too far with the Ziploc baggy technology. It is so weird now. So for Christmas, this is sharing too much, Al, but do it anyway. You're too late. So at Christmas, my wife and I decided we're going to buy some furniture for ourselves, so a big gift. So then it was a matter of just having something under the tree. I could use some new underwear. I could use some socks and some T-shirts. I have 3 packages. I'm going to need them anyway. They came in resealable bags. Now, why on God's green earth would I rip open my Fruit of the Looms, take one pair out, and then Ziploc the other ones back up again? Why is there Ziploc technology on underwear?
Maybe because they know some people go into the store and shoplift. So if you wanted to shoplift a pair of undies, just close it back up and hang them back up for the next person. How about?
Is that it? We are in such a bad society if that is the case. Socks and T-shirts were the same way. So I'm like, who's Ziplocking? I get it. You got produce. Should probably be there. Take a little out. You're not going to eat it all. Have a Ziploc already made in the bag. But my underwear, I was stunned by the fact that technology is on underwear.
I don't know.
I don't know either. And then I thought maybe if you'd get 6 pair, you take those out and they'd take your 6 worst pair and then put those in their Ziploc it and then throw it in the garbage. Maybe it was a recyclable garbage thing.
If your underwear is so nasty that you need to put it in a Ziploc bag before you throw it away, I don't know what to tell you. That's very alarming.
Okay, so that's not it. I don't have any idea. I really don't. All right. Don't know where we got there. So you went to Asia for a big cruise.
Yeah.
And we were talking about that, and just as we left last week, you were going to talk about you went snorkeling.
I did. I love snorkeling because we know. Well, maybe we don't, but I have scuba dived. I've gone.
You have. You got. Do you have like a certificate?
Well, I do, but right now my PADI certificate has long since expired. And I had a revelation because when we were in Aruba way back when, I got stranded in the ocean where the dive master and everybody went down. My ex-husband stayed on the boat. That's a whole nother story. And the boat took off without me and left me, and I was just bobbing in the ocean.
No way.
And it was terrifying. And I've always blamed a plethora of people, but now I'm wondering if it might. I wonder if somehow it was partly my fault. And here's
well, maybe. This is a 24-hour mystery thing where the wife ends up dying, and whose fault was it? I don't know.
Yeah, who left her bobbing in the ocean? That's ridiculous. Anyway, so we got in our first stop in the Philippines was this beautiful place. And I went snorkeling, and everybody else, and there were 6 of us that went on this trip. 5 people didn't have an excursion that day, and they were just walking into town. I like to snorkel, and I said, well, I'm doing the snorkeling excursion. So I go out on the snorkeling excursion, and generally when you go snorkeling or scuba diving, you have a buddy, right? You've got somebody, you've got eyes on each other. Well, I was all by myself, along with a group of people that on the boat, and there were like 4 or 5 stops on our excursion, and the last...
were they throwing chum out there to get the fish to come up so you saw their fish?
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No, they didn't need to. There were lots of fish.
Okay.
And so we get to the last spot, and it's lovely, and there's 2 islands kind of not that far away, but he's like, you know what, we're just gonna spend like a half an hour, and we're gonna spend about half an hour, come back to the boat in half an hour. It's like, well, which is funny in itself because it's like, well, how am I supposed to time that? Because who's got underwater watches that they're wearing, right? So, but we'll stay over here, and we're not going to go that way because it gets there's
currenty.
There's current so just stay over here. And I was like, okay. So I'm snorkeling away, and like I'd done on the other stops, every once in a while I'd look up. Yep, I see people, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then I'm snorkeling away, and all of a sudden this line of people go by where everybody's holding on to the other person's foot. And I'm like, well, that's weird. We haven't done that at the other 3 stops, but they were headed towards where he had said not to go. And I thought, okay, there must be something over there that he wants us to see, but he wants to keep all of us together. Mm-hmm. Because when I looked up, I could see that there was a guy from the boat that was
leading the mariachi line.
Everybody would. And I thought, okay, well, I guess that's where he wants us to go. And I thought, well, I'm not going to grab the other person's foot because I don't know any of these people. I'll just snorkel behind them. So I snorkeled behind, and I'm looking around going, I'm not sure exactly what he wants us to see, but I'm sure we're going to get to it. We're going along. And then all of a sudden we get to the boat, and I took my mask off, and we went to climb up the ladder, and I'm like, our ladder's white. This ladder is
not
red.
The same boat.
This ladder is red, kind of beat up. And I'm like, and I climbed to the top, and I look, and I said, you are not my people. And everybody looked at me, and I went, oh, God, this is not my boat. And the good news is they were all from the same cruise line. I said, I know you're you're not my people, but you are, because we all had our towels from the ship, and they were all the same stripe and colors. And so then the guy on that boat said, oh, this isn't your boat. He goes, what boat are you supposed to be on? And I went I showed him the back of my life jacket, because our life jackets have boat names on them, which is brilliant. Okay. Yeah. And he goes, oh, I bet your boat's over there. And I look, and it's like, over there. And I said, well, okay.
Get out of the boat.
I'm like, here, I said, I am not getting out of this boat and swimming to that other boat because I have been left in the ocean previously.
I have issues.
I am not getting halfway there and having them think everybody's on board and everybody leaves.
No, wait. This is great radio. We got to go to break. When we come back, we find out if Katie got back to her boat and how. Right after this on the Al Travis. This is good radio. I love this.
You need a friend at the Capitol who knows how to get things done.
And you're in luck because that's exactly who we are, your friends at the Capitol, and we deliver results.
At Momentum Advocacy, we bring decades of experience in lobbying, public affairs, and crisis communications.
From local nonprofits to national corporations, we help you move policy, manage your media, and make your voice heard.
We're not just seasoned pros, we're essential partners.
Momentum Advocacy, your friends at the Capitol. Learn more at momentum-advocacy.com.
Tired of one-sided media and divisive noise drowning out your conservative values? Take back the conversation with Braver Angels. Join a grassroots movement to restore civility and find common ground without compromising your principles. As a conservative, your voice matters. Share your perspective on issues like immigration and public health in Red Blue workshops and help rebuild trust in our great nation. Be a leader in depolarizing America. Sign up for free at mn.braverangels.org. Braver Angels, where conservatives, liberals, and independents unite for a stronger republic.
As in alligator. L also in alligator. But it's not alligator. It's the Al Travis Show.
And if you're just tuning in with Life with Katie, we have just left her sitting in a boat, the wrong boat, in the middle of the Caribbean. South Asian seas. I don't know where it was. Anyway, not knowing how to get back to her boat because she was once left in the middle of the ocean, which has not been solved why years ago, and she's being traumatized. How does she get back to her boat? How did you get back to your boat, Katie?
Well, right. I said, I'm not going back in the water and swimming. And the guy's like, no, we'll give you a ride. So they took their boat and they over to my boat. And there are these big outrigger boats. And so they kind of went nose to nose. And two of the guys that were working in one boat, I'm like, oh my God, they're going to make me walk the plank. I had to walk to the front and then the very tippy end of the boat. and my boat was next, and then I had to straddle the two, and the guys on the other boat grabbed my hands and helped me across. And I said, "Bye, everybody. See you at dinner." That was on
the old boat, but the new boat's like, oh, there's that troublesome girl who couldn't come with a friend, and now we lose. Oh wow.
Yeah, now we know why nobody wanted to go snorkeling with her. Well, and then I was on, I was doing WhatsApp with my boyfriend back and forth, and how's it going? I said, "Oh my God, you won't believe what happened today." So I told, I'm like, I got left in the, here's what happened. Where was your buddy? I'm like, I didn't have a buddy because nobody. That is so. I can't believe that is so. What if something had happened to you? What if you'd gotten on a
pirate ship.
Right. And I'm like, I understand this was not the best circumstance. I'm okay. And I made it back and all's good. But it was a little terrifying. And it reminded me a lot of being left in the ocean, just bobbing by myself. I did it one time snorkeling. We were down in Puerto Vallarta and the kids wanted to, the wife wanted to, and I like swimming. I had no issue with it. But I found, and I presume it's my allergies for years, I did not like the feeling of that mask being on, my nose being plugged, and have to breathe through that funnel. I didn't like it. It gave me this weird claustrophobic feel I've never felt before. I did it for about 30 seconds, said, I'm out. Got back in the boat. I had no want for it. I couldn't do it. Well, let me tell you, there were a couple people that were on my original boat that there's a new mask that's your whole face.
Oh.
And then it's just got a valve, and you don't even have to suck on that thing.
Oh.
It has a valve that is somehow attached to it, and you breathe in and out, and it's your whole face, and you wouldn't feel that claustrophobia.
I would need to try that. That might be my thing. I don't think I'm claustrophobic, but that feeling, and plus with all the smoking cigars, I have like the lung capacity of a 6-month-old child. So the whole idea of trying to breathe out, it didn't work for me. But when I throw the chum in, wherever we were at, I'm watching the kids and my wife doing the thing. And then the guy goes, watch this. And he launches dead fish into the water. And the massive amount of these fish that came up to give them that experience, they couldn't stop talking about it. And I'm like, yeah, good for you. I'm out. Didn't want to be a part of it. So I don't do that. And you got you snorkeled, I think, or scuba dived.
I have.
What does that take? And then you gave that certificate up. You had to, how often, you got to take lessons to do that. You don't just get to get that stuff and go.
No, you had to take, we had to take lessons. There was a group of girlfriends that did it. Because at the time our boyfriends all were scuba diving and we're like, oh, we'll go, we're going to get certified. We'll see about getting certified. Well, they're on a trip. So I don't even remember how long, but you had to you had to go and swim, and then you had to be able to paddle in a pool, not touching the sides for 10 minutes to show if something went sideways. You had 10 minutes for a boat to come save you. And
if you're bobbing in the middle of the lake. Yeah. Okay.
And then we went, remember Square Lake by Forest Lake between Forest Lake and Stillwater? Then in the spring we went to Square Lake, and actually there's stuff you have to do for scuba diving certification in the water to show you can remove your mask, put your mask back on, do a buddy share, all those different things.
Right.
And then there was also a written part because you back in the day you had to sit and figure out how long could you be under and how much time and those different things. And then after I got stuck in the water, there was a second dive that day and I thought, okay, if I don't do that, I will never go scuba diving again. So I did that one by myself because Uncle Nuts was still sitting on the boat, and that was the last time I ever went scuba diving.
Okay, so are you glad you had done it? I guess my point is, I would almost want to prove I could, because again, if I don't have to, I don't know if I could now. I don't know if that underwater with the mask thing works for me, but I always thought I could and it'd be fun. And I watch a ton of this history stuff they got on, that they're going in the ocean to see where some old thing fell over. And I love watching that, but I just don't think I could do it. If I
was with somebody who really wanted to scuba dive and I trusted them, I would do it again. I would go and get recertified. Otherwise, I'm happy snorkeling.
I'm going to say, and I don't know, and I'm no Dr. Phil, but I think I know Katie well enough, the idea that you trusted them, I think, if you'll pardon the expression, that boat has sailed. I'm not sure Katie is going to trust anybody again with that opportunity. I don't think you're giving anybody that shot. And nothing wrong. We live and learn. We have our
We totally do.
issues. I love having you on the program, Katie. I really do. We're out of time. Appreciate you sharing. We'll do it again next week.
Okie doke.
I've got her. Life with Katie on the Al Travis Show.